Dr. Abdullahi Adamu. Moving on, legislative business by the 10th National Assembly is on top gear following its inauguration in June. In one of its oversight duties, the House of Representatives constituted an 8-man ad hoc committee to look into the request by President Bola Tinubu to borrow $800 million to finance the social safety net by the federal government. The committee, headed by House Leader Professor Julius Ihonvbare, is made up of principal officers of the House. Meanwhile, Nigerians are seeking urgent palliatives from governments to cushion the effect of the rising fuel prices. Today, it's biting harder.
It is.
All is not well. It's biting harder, and people are not happy. They are not happy. Woke up this morning to, despite the fact that a lot of people were misled to believe that NPC adjusted their price, not knowing that we predicted that it will always reflect if the sector is regulated.
Once it's regulated,
international oil, crude oil price,
detect the prices.
It will detect this.
And even
so we go higher than
of our
this.
currency.
Yeah,
is also a factor.
As the naira has been floated.
Now, I think in the black market, because we've not been able to do anything about the black market.
Yeah.
The black market today
has entered 800.
824 naira. The black market. And many people believe that the black market is the accurate gauge.
Why it should be?
Because the CBN has not been able to sort out the retail end of this currency market. The retail end. It is still those bureau de change operators, whether local or
controlling
they are the ones who take care of the retail end, or end of the business. So
tell me what happens at that point.
They deal with a lot of us. So at the end, now it's 824 naira to $1. We don't know where it will stop. There are some businesses that are decided to make their projections even based on 1,000 naira.
To be on the safe side.
The last time I heard the pound sterling was about 1,000 naira.
No, we were talking about the dollar. You know, that's the real international currency. That is that's the currency
of the world
that you use to buy oil. Not even the Russians and the Chinese have been able to do anything about it so far. That is the globally accepted currency. The pounds may be stronger. The other currencies may even be stronger. But that is the medium of exchange.
Your benchmark.
Yes, that's what the whole world uses to buy oil. Now, you look at what is happening. As I said on Sunday, we had not seen the worst. Anytime the price goes up internationally, we should expect to pay more here. That is the problem about removal of subsidy. Because in the past, we were using our resources
to defend,
to keep the
price
regulated of petrol at a level that Nigerians can live with. But once subsidy is gone, nobody will defend the global price anymore. No, to just come like that to you, we have to accept it as a people. And that's why some of us oppose the idea of spending as much as more than 500 billion simply to distribute 8,000 to 12 million families.
That policy is not popular.
The policy is not popular with Nigeria. Let's even, sometimes the policy may not be popular, but it's what you need. Because the majority is not always right. But we have to interrogate even this, ask ourselves, those who believe that we should look at alternative to it, I think they are making sense. Because if you ask the average Nigerian, cost of transportation is a big problem. Many people have abandoned their cars because they can't afford to put fuel in their car tanks anymore. Then people going to work, people going to their farms, they are in far greater number than the other people who have cars, who are comfortable to drive around with it. So there has to be something. The palliative measures that government is thinking of has to bear in mind the fact that the pain of commuting now will be greater. Only God knows what those motor boys.
Downfall drivers. Oh,
By
this
tomorrow.
night. By tomorrow.
Since,
By
yes,
this
now,
night,
They have
traffic
doubled
is-
the
since we moved from 540
I
to
noticed a lot of filling stations in Lagos now.
double
Long
the fare.
queues.
in Abuja 618, 617 or so. Here in we moved from 540 for people outside Lagos to 617. That's huge. There's no way to reflect even on transport costs.
Transport, yeah, of
So
course.
what people are suggesting is let us buy so many buses. Buy so many buses. I've seen all kinds of suggestions. Somebody said 500 billion will purchase 8,060 seater buses, and that will even create jobs. If you buy 8,000 60 seater buses, you create jobs for driver, you create job for the conductor, you even create job for mechanics. So, and each state will get 200, and each state and the FCT will get 216 buses. Even in Lagos, as big as Lagos is, if we pump 60-seater buses into Lagos,
216.
it will drive down the cost of transportation, which is the greatest pain that our people are going through. Transportation is a big issue, and then we should not stop at that. Those compressed vehicles should be, government should help people convert their gasoline-fueled vehicles to CNG, compressed natural gas, which will save more than 60% of the transport costs for them. That way, everybody will feel it, because the price, the transport cost will not go up again, and people can at least manage with that.
Larry, are you for this palliative?
For the 8,000.
8,000.
No. I've been issued, I opposed it. And I felt it's coming even is a reminder of something we all want to forget. The last administration, so much money were frittered away on activities like that. The Ministry of Humanitarian and Natural Disaster Management kept telling us the huge billions they have shared to families.
Like during
And
COVID, we were even talking about school feeding.
Yes. People were on holiday. Students were not in
we were
school.
talking about school feeding.
Accounts were
So a
presented
lot of people are
to
afraid of
us
the
that they fed
accountability.
people at home. Pupils were fed in their mother's home. So immediately we had about 8,000 cash transfer. It reminded us of that era. Aside that, 8,000 naira a month will practically do nothing. Let us even agree that these families will get the money. A family of 6, if you give them 8,000 naira as palliative for a month, what exactly will it do? Absolutely nothing. So while it is a direct attempt to touch the life of Nigerians directly, it obviously would not give us the result we need at a time like this. And what do we need? I've seen those who talk about buying buses. Good idea. But we must also know that government will need more money to run that. If you spend the whole money buying that number of buses, 200 and something, we'll still need money to fuel it. I think we should think deeper. We should find palliatives that would not be individualistic. General ideas that solves major problems that faces all of us, or most of us. The issue of transportation is one.
What can we
The
do?
issue of transportation is one of such.
How about stable power supply?
Stable power supply is what we need.
No, that's not palliative.
We just need that. It's not palliative.
No, you
we
can
need
solve the
that.
problem of power. How
Solve
do you
it,
deal
it
with
will
the
help.
rising cost of food?
Yes.
That's where transportation is.
I want to speak on the issue of
If we
transportation.
deal with security,
Yes.
people can access their farms.
Yes.
It will
Solve
reduce
the problem of
it
food
will reduce
shortage.
the price, and even food security. We can guarantee that. Then transportation cost adds to the price.
It will still give us problems.
So
we
that's why
need
we
to-
have to address insecurity. We have to address rising transportation costs. Because that one, if you know how much, because diesel too is costly.
And that's why I think in addressing the issue of transportation, this idea of buses. I want a situation where we are going to have buses that will cost less to board. If we just
that's why you have to go the route of or is it the route that you people call it of compressed natural gas?
Exactly.
Because it's about
so not just about buying
naira,
buses.
If you look at the values, around 150 naira per liter,
which is better.
So it's a lot cheaper.
And that's why I say it's not about just buying buses, but buying buses that will use the alternative.
No, they can easily
convert
them. Yes.
Good. So if you buy
that's what people are suggesting.
So if you
have a car now, government can
bring
a situation whereby you can easily just drive into a place where you get it converted at a very low.
And sorry, let me use this opportunity to say something that I have noticed as a reporter, as somebody who used the road too. Maybe our law enforcement agents should also be appealed to at this time to go easy on car owners who are now using their car to pick people on the road. Yesterday,
people should not pick.
No, serious. Somebody was arrested in Ojota and it nearly led to a riot. The scenario was this. This man, the way he spoke, because I had to park and listen. It was on Sunday. That was yesterday. He said he is doing that now because that's the way he gets money to buy fuel for the next day. That's his own angle to it. Now the people he picked are saying
people on the road.
The people he picked are saying they've been staying here. They are saying Ikorodu is 700, and they know that private cars will pick them for 300, 400. So you cannot stop them from picking up. So it was nearly a riot. The last man who stopped him, the police who assisted, people were going to lynch them. So I think government should also know that certain issues will have to be managed better.
At this time.
At this time. So that people are not provoked. Then I witnessed something similar some weeks back. Somebody was, it was somewhere in the Keja, was told that you parked and pick. And he said the person is somebody he knows. And they said, no, these people have been staying here since. A similar scenario. They should know that at this time, both car owners and commuters want to find means of making life easier on them. So if you keep arresting car owners who think that they can make some money by picking people
or help people
or helping people, we have to avoid that. Lagos State Governor and other law enforcement people should please call LASMA and police and talk to them to avoid a serious issue.
LASMA.
It is a serious issue.
Who does not know that it's a serious issue? Because when you buy food, it's like somebody was giving the advice that Nigerians, let us realize we go to the same market, we use the same road. I say, preacher, thank you. This is what some of us had been advocating. All this head banging on the wall on social media because people want to gain clout. Where does it take us to? We must realize that as a people, we are one and we have to survive. When people want to kill themselves because of politicians who do not value them, people will see them by the road and walk past them. And you pick quarrels against other fellow Nigerians who are suffering.
And you see every day.
As much as you are suffering, then something is wrong with your head. You have to realize at this time, we Nigerians, we have to be united.
Stand firm.
The truth, the government of the day have to be told the truth. That is the job of the media. Exactly. Not that you be abusing the government because you hate the people who are there. But you can still get your message across that, look,
without being abusive.
We are the face of the people. And the people are saying, look, if you bring this, a lot more people will benefit than to simply spend 500 billion on consumption. Spending 500 billion on consumption, especially given the amount that we want to share. Some households, there are 12 people. That's like 96 naira per day to feed a person. Who gets fed
per day?
96 naira?
Not up to 100 naira.
Not up to 100 naira. Who gets fed on that?
To buy water.
Huh? We buy chewing gum.
We buy
chewing gum.
Drink pure water. Do you know how much they are selling Orbit now? My friend
Bamidele buy the cheaper ones.
He was agonizing about the cost of Orbit. Orbit has gone to 1,000 naira
Wow.
from 300.
Traffic.
You know that perfectly packaged
You
bubble
don't have
gum.
to buy the perfectly packaged.
So you know when you open it, you hope the way they
like
pack,
it
the way
and
you
all that.
pack it, you see. Then you start opening it gingerly. You like it.
This is not a
Oh,
time.
it's 1,000
This is not
naira.
a time for.
To consume foreign products.
Oh, so it was agonizing. I said, this man is not serious.
It's not a time
Very
for
soon
that.
you will not see it again.
You go and buy cola nuts.
I have cola
You
nut.
don't buy cola nut with 96 naira. One cola nut now is 100 naira.
It depends on even the one you are buying.
A very good one,
Yes.
you go for more.
Yes. Cola nut. Yeah. You see,
I shouldn't even be
everything
eating
is
cola
costly
nut
now.
at a time like this.
No, you eat cola
Don't
nut.
eat cola nut, use your money to eat food.
You eat cola nut. You eat cola nut.
Trying to fasten
Oh, it's
yourself.
like another form of drug. It helps you to stay awake.
And
to
then
walk
they
and
were
all
not
that.
bitter cola and all that. Yeah. Well, I know the good times will come, but we should know, like you said, that we
we've
need to
been
be
warned.
united.
You know, we've been warned that the first
tough
few
for
months
some
will be
time.
difficult. Even the former CBN governor, Sanusi,
I know there'll be a change
he
of
warned.
mind.
He said the first few months will be very difficult, but that the rewards will come later. You know, so and he warned. He said if anybody tells you that it will be easy, don't vote for that person.
Good.
So what he has told us, we are seeing it now, because the alternative to not removing subsidy is to watch our country go bankrupt. We'll go the way of Greece, we'll go the way of Sri Lanka, we'll go the way of some of these countries. And we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that happen.
All right. Dari Udufalcon, thank you for your contribution. And BKO, thank you for always being there. And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program at 5 p.m. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. And on Sunday, we are here at Journalist Hangout on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ozubaku. See you tomorrow.